Awesome. Now we're here for week 5, the pre-selection show. I got Grady Hashi this time with me. We're going to go over today's 10 races here at Miami Fair. Grady, why don't you kick us off with your picks in race number 1?
All right, on race 1, I put the 5 Fallout Girl on top. Looks like she's coming off quite a nice win there, 2-5-1 with a closing panel of 30-4. Her trainer, Mark Fillion, has a .427 average, which is a really good average, almost 50%. So I like that as well. And plus, only 2 starts, 1 win and 1 second. She hasn't finished out of the top 2. She looks like she's the one to beat. For second, I went with the 1 AK Flipper de Bird. Getting the rail is definitely going to help this one. So far, 2 seconds on 3 starts, not bad. The most recent one being in 2-4-2 with a closing panel of 31-2, which looks a little better from his first one in 2-9-4. So it looks like he definitely seen some significant improvement, and it looks like he's definitely trending on the right track. For third, I went with the 2 Bits and Bites. I didn't really know what to throw in for third in this one. I thought there was a few that could go in for third, but I put this one in. Does show 4th place finish in her last start in a 2:03-4. So looks like she's going to be a decent one to put in there. So I went 5-1-2 in race 1.
Yeah, man, we picked the exact same horses. I just have a different order. I just went with AK Flipper the Bird, getting the inside rail. Last time did it in 2:04-2. And I took Bits and Bites for second. Yeah, she finished 4th, but, did it in a pretty quick time of 2:03, the fastest time of any of these 2-year-olds have had. And then on the outside, I took Fallout Girl, like you mentioned, 2 starts, a second, and a first. You can't count out that one. And yeah, Mark with his trading record, but also, Jacqueline Grundy has a .414, so, and she's got 2 in this one. So she could be one that, gets all up in the triactor as well. So race number 2, who do you like in this one?
I put the 4 on top in this one. It's a 10-1 on the morning line, but this 11-year-old daughter, American Ideal, I mean, at these smaller tracks, the grassroots tracks, you don't see many with terrific breeding or nothing, but really this one, I mean, she's an American Ideal out of a better Delight mare. Like, hard to find anything better than that. And, she got experience. Like I said, she was 11 years old. She's the oldest one in this field. And I just thought that she's coming out of the Fillies and Mares Open down to this non-winners of a race or a race in 2021. And I think that it will be a good spot for her there. It does get Donald Howlett, who's probably one of the best drivers out in Manitoba. So I put her on top just because dropping in class like that. And plus, she's also 10-1 in the morning line, so it might be a little value. For second, I went to the 3, Having Fun in the Sun. This one's a Sunshine Beach, and that really is what spoke to me in this one, that she does have a better-known sire. Coming in off a couple of thirds, only had 4 starts life with 2 thirds. Most recently charted in 2-3-3, which, is a decent mile there. It does get post position 3, so I put her for second. And for third, another one of those races that I didn't quite know what to go with, but I ended up landing on the 2 KCS Kiss. I just thought, might as well throw something in, gets a decent post, and, just a little bit of a random shot there.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I like your pick there with the 4. I went with 3, Having Fun in the Sun. Yeah, here, I think that's got the best times out of the bunch. Tara Isman's also having a good year as trainer with her, and George Isman's good year as driver. For second, I went with number 1, Ollie M on the inside. She's kind of had a rough go this year, but she has a good shot at getting her first win too, getting that inside rail. And for third, I went with the 2 KCS Kiss. Yeah, big improvement in time from 2:09 to 2:05. Hopefully that mare can keep it going as well. And in race number 3, the elimination number 1 for the Manitoba Futurity Stake. Who do you like in this one?
I think it's hard to go against the rail sitter, Dawn's Night Owl. Since in 3 starts this year, 2 wins, and those are back-to-back wins coming into this. Most recently in 2-1-1, which was a 3-second improvement, almost 4-second improvement from his start before that. So I went with him on top. Plus, he is trained by Trevor Williams, who, looking at his statistics for an average, I almost thought it wasn't real. I mean, 722, like, that is unbelievable. And, he gets Glenn LeDrew, who has a 782 driving win percentage, which is really good as well. So, and plus getting the inside post, coming off 2 wins, it's hard to go against him. For second, I went to the further out to post 5, send me a tweet, the one of two fillies in the field. I really like this one coming into this. Comes off a two second place finishes there, most recently a 2-2 and one with a closing panel of 29-4. It's one of the leading drivers, Donald Howlett, in the bike. I think that he should be able to map out a trip for her to get into the ticket. And for third, I went to the 3 Chase My Dust. It's coming in from racing at Century Downs there. He was in a $7,500 claimer in his most recent start there at Century Downs, where he charted 158-3. So, definitely a good one to put in for the top 3.
Yeah, I agree. I have the number 1, Don's Night Owl. I think it's really tough to go against that one. It's, won pretty handedly in its last 2 starts. Only difference is for second, I'm going to go with Chase My Dust. Yeah, coming in from Alberta, hasn't been raced, in maidens out there, but, maybe the adjustment to now the half-mile track could see some improvement and could be one of the top 3-year-olds here. And for third, I'm going to take the Send Me a Tweet with Don Howlett and the trainer Mark Filion. Always seems to be around in the top 3. But this race this race is pretty open. The top 4 will move on to the finals of our fraternity in a few weeks. So, as long as you get in that top 4, you're good. Race number 4, who do you like in this one?
In race 4, this was another one that, maybe I thought that it's a bunch of young horses, so you don't really know what you're watching. But I did land on the 2, Sassy Libby, this daughter of Andreoli Hanover, making her 3rd start life so far on 2 starts. Has 2 seconds there. Her first second place finish was behind Philly, who I believe is in a later elimination of the Manitoba Futurity. So racing against a stakes filly like her, is something that should stand out. I guess post position number 2, which she did go from in her last start where she got second. So, she can be near the front early, so I put her on top. For second, I went to the 5 AK Up and Atom. This son of Andreoli Hanover looks to be coming into this one decent. Last start was 3rd place to 4th there in 2-6. So not bad. Start before that was a winner. So he knows how to win, and he knows how to race well. So I put him in for second. And for third, I went to the 3 Beyond the Budget. This was another race where I just did not know how to round out the top 3. So I went with Beyond the Budget there, as he did have a 2nd place finish in his first start life. So probably going to see some more improvement. So I put him in for third.
Yeah, man. Our top 3 is exact same in this one. It's, Sassy Libby, like you said, lost to Philly, probably the top 3-year-old on the track right now. Could be one of the top ones. And then she lost to Fallout Girl, who goes earlier, who I think you believe picked to win the first race, right? So
yep.
Yeah, she's lost to a couple of the better horses on the track, but just by a little bit. And for second, AK Up and Atom as well, had the good start to the year. Got the week off after the not as good start in back on July 10th. So I think she'll be ready to go on the outside. And Beyond the Budget, yeah, 207-3. Hopefully, if they can knock a second off of that time, then that 2-year-old colt too will be right there at the top 3. Race number 5, the second elimination for our fraternity stakes. Who do you like in this one?
To me, it was between the 2 fillies in this one, that being number 2, Millie's Million, and number 6, Philly. But I went to the 2, Millie's Million, because I did not like the scratched vet sick line on Philly in her last start. Obviously, I don't know if she was actually sick or what the whole deal was, but I just don't like that line. And plus, I like Millie's Million going from post position 2. So far this year, or so far in her career, actually, in 5 starts, 3 wins, 1 second, 1 third. So, she doesn't know what it's like to finish out of the top 3. And, coming into this one off a third charted 159-1, which is a good mile. It really is. And so I think that it looks like she's probably going to be one of the top fillies or top horses in Manitoba in general this year. So I put her on top. And then for second, I did go with Philly, even though she was scratched in her last one. It's just, to me, before that, she looks too good. 2 starts, 2 wins, just hard to go against, and especially another Trevor Williams trained. Can't leave her out. And for third, I went to the 3 Serial Killer. Showing some decent lines, was a winner 3 back there and 2-3 flat. Gets one of the leading drivers, Donald Howlett, again for trainer Mark Filion. So I think that this colt is good enough to get in the top 3 for sure.
Yeah, man, I agree with everything you're saying. I ended up just taking Philly. She's got the perfect 2 for 2, or sorry, perfect. Yeah, perfect
2 for 2
going, yeah. And then the qualifying races always throw me off. But yeah, you can't go wrong with Millie's Million, and they're getting the slightly inside post. and then yeah, I have Serial Killer for third. But like I said earlier, the top four move on, and I think it's going to be an absolute like fight for the rest of the rest of the field to get into that fourth spot. And we're gonna have a good finals in a few weeks. So yeah, I just went Philly, then Millie's Million with Serial Killer. Race
Yes.
number. Sorry.
When's the final for this race? Because
Oh,
I thought it was later in the year.
it is. I can't remember off the top of my head. I have it here. I think it's end of August. Might be the last weekend, August 28th.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Threw me off. Yeah, I think it's yeah, August. No, sorry, August 21st. August 21st, second last weekend. And then
Oh, that's a Gold Cup and Saucer night too.
oh, is it? Okay, so
Couple nice steak races, yeah.
yeah, there we go. So yeah, race number 6. Who you like?
In race 6, I ended up going with the 5 Little Piece of My Heart. Gets Daryl Thiessen in the bike, and I mean, you know, he's an animal for coming back as soon as he did. Because I thought I heard something that he wasn't supposed to come back till September, but here we are in July, and he's already driven what 2 weeks already.
Yeah.
And you know, he's a good enough driver. He drove last year in Ontario and was holding his own. So I think that along with this Philly's coming in off a win, there in 2, 1, and 3, and that she's also a daughter better than Cheddar. So she's well bred. So I ended up going with the 5 Little Piece of My Heart on top. For second, I went to the 3 Zippity Zoom, another son of Sunshine Beach. Was third in his last start in a decent chart, a mile 2, 2, and 2. Not bad. Does have a win, 3 down and 2, 2, and 1. So looks like he's fairly consistent so far. Last 3 starts hasn't finished out of the top 3. Got to put him in there. I went to the Rail Sitter Miso Classy for third. Shows some thirds there in her last 3 starts, and also all the way down her page. She does have 2 wins there, I believe, from last year. So I'm gonna put her in the round out for third.
Yeah, man, we seem to be on the same page. I went, you can't go against Daryl in the 5 hole there. Yeah, he just talking to him, he's ready to go. He's, you're not going to stop him, and he's going to keep on winning every chance he gets. And I like Zippity Zoom for second. Again, that Tara Isman and George Isman combo, they've been actually doing really good this year, and I think they actually have a chance to maybe upset Daryl in this one. Well, even though Zippity Zoom is the odds-on favorite in the program, but I don't know if that will be the case on Saturday. And then I also have the Miso Classy. That in her at the end of her 3-year-old year here in Manitoba, she started impressing me. Off to a little bit of a not rocky start, but not as consistent wins. But she can also turn that around with Dean Ray. So yeah, that's my picks there. Race number 7. Who you like in this one?
Race number 7, I went with a 3-6-5 top 3, and that being led by another one driven by Daryl Thiessen, that being the 3 Get It Done Bud there. This 4-year-old by Toucan Sam coming in off a solid 3rd place finish. And, it looks like right now the favorite looks like it's going to be the 6 Promise Me a Win, but I'm looking for a bit of an upset there. And so I'm going to put it in Get It Done Bud. There does draw on the inside. Closer to the rail, which will certainly help. Half-mile racing, post position is very important. So I put that one on top. And then I did go to the 6, Promise Me a Win. That last start there, a winner in 2 minutes and 4/5. That's quite a good mile if you look at the rest of this group. So I put him in there for second. And for 5, I went to the 5. Al's Dragon Jack there coming in here off 2/3 and a second. You might see as a tendency, I am a fan of consistent horses. To me, that's one thing that I look at, that if they're finishing in the top 3, then they're a safe pick. So I went with the 5 Al's Dragon Jack for third.
Yeah, man, our top 2 is the same in this one. Get It Done Bud with, our Bud Daryl. I think he's going to, he lost with Get It Done Bud last time out, lost to Promise Me a Win, so I think he'll be out to try to beat that one. Michelle Ray with Promise Me a Win, though, has got the win now. 2 weeks ago came second in the Golden Boy, which is our top colt stakes out here, with leg 1 of that. So, that horse is no slouch, but potentially, like you said, an upset could happen. So, and then the only difference I have is for third. It was a coin flip for me between the 5, but I took the 4 Inside Joke. I just thought that Daryl Mason had a pretty good weekend as a driver last time out, and I think he's going to potentially continue that going into this weekend. But, that Al's Dragon Jack definitely has a chance to get in there as well. And so does, in these races, in these, 5, 6 horse fields, any of the horses have a real chance to mess things up, right? So,
yeah, Yeah, it's just like down here in New Brunswick, we're racing with 5 and 6 horse fields. So, anyone could get the trip and get in the top three. They're for sure. I mean, there's a likelier upset with short fields.
Exactly. Race number 8, we got a claiming. Who do you like in this one, Grady?
The fact that this is a 45 claimer is kind of surprising to me because I see a lot of sub 2 minute miles and on a half-mile track. And if you put these 5 claimers out here in the Maritimes, if you took any one of these top picks, especially with my top with my top pick, that is the two Liz Place, who was racing in the Open. If you put him in a 5 claimer out here, he gets snatched up quite quickly because he does look like he is a nice horse there. Coming in off a win there at this class in 159 and 1 by 11 lengths, which is quite impressive. So I put him on top, and plus he does show a win at the start of the year in the Open. So he's got a lot of backclass to him. So I put him on top. For second, I ended up going to the 5 Red Star Tiger. Was third in his last start in 2, 1, and 3. Looks like he's coming into this one. You mentioned Daryl Mason had a good weekend last weekend. Maybe he can continue that over again. This horse quite familiar with that class, has raced in it the last 2 times. I like him for second. And for third, I went to the 2 Marv the Rat. This 9-year-old by One Big Buster was coming in off a 4th place finish at this class. Gets post 2. I like him to round out the top 3.
Yeah, man, our picks are too much the same today because I like the Liz Place. It's hard to go against Trevor's Barn with Glenn LeDrew in the bike. After the drop from the Open, seems to fit in well with this class. And for second, yeah, Red Star Tiger. Other than a 7th a while ago, has a 2nd and a 3rd, and then having those sub 2 minute. Oh, sorry. Well, 2nd place first, and then having those sub 2 minute times and 2:01. And then for third, I take Marv the Rat because if he just stayed flat, he would have won in this class 2 weeks ago in 159. And he didn't have the great best trip last time out, but he definitely fits into this. And this is another one where you got to watch out. Next Thing Smoking won this race 3 weeks ago, and Don't Rock the Boat comes in off a century, and as a horse, and great quote too in the outside. So another one of those races where all 6 horses has a real good shot with the upset.
Yep, I agree.
All right, race number 9 and start of our late daily double. Who do you like in this one, man?
There was a few horses that I liked in here, but I ended up going to the Rail Sitter Hurry Home, coming in off of 2 consecutive wins, the most recent one being there in 158 and 2. I just think that he looks like he is definitely the best in the race. So I put him on top there. I thought that this one was actually fairly wide open, but I did go to the Rail Sitter Hurry Home. For second, I went to the 2 Buck Rogers, another Trevor Williams train, and Glenn LeDrew will drive. He goes from post 2 and was second in his last start to Hurry Home in a chart a mile in 159 and 1. So I'm going to put him for second. And for third, I'm going to go to the 5, the Cowboys Dream. Was racing in the Phillies and Mares Open, so I'm not sure if you consider this a drop down in class. Obviously, I don't know the classifying ranks out there and how they match up. But anyway, coming in off a second in a mile pace in 59 and 3. She looks like she's a nice mare there, so I put her in for third.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure where you would classify this, but I definitely think Hurry Home and Buck Rogers could be 2 horses that could slide into the Open if need be. So that's who I have my top 2 as well, the 2 inside horses with Hurry Home and Buck Rogers. And for third, I have a Cowboy's Dream as well. The Little Beast is one of those horses that, it did fairly well last year in its 3-year-old campaign, just hasn't had the traction yet in 2021, but it could be one to surprise us. And Rusty's Flying is another one where it's Miami debut. It led till about the half and then just ran out of gas. So that could be something else to watch out for, that maybe it just didn't have the energy to keep going with about a month off after that before its last race. But I take the 1, 2, and 5 in race number 9. In race number 10, now we're in the Open.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Miami Fair. 5th day of racing. The horses are on track for post-parade. Number one, AK Flipper the Bird, owned by Jacqueline Grundy and Patricia Norman, trained by Jacqueline Grundy, Tyler Grundy in the bike. Number 2 is Bits and Bites, owned by Don and Sheila Annis, trained by Don Annis, Daryl Mason in the reins. Number 3 is Go On Bobo, and it's owned, trained, and driven by Corey Manning, and is late to post. Number 4 is Winds of Winter, owned by Aurel Voden, trained by Jacqueline Grundy, Michelle Ray in the bike. And number 5 is Fallout Girl, owned, trained, and driven by Mark Filion. Here are some quick changes to today's race card. Please note the typo in the program. Show betting is available races 1 through 9. Show betting is available races 1 through 9, but no show betting in race number 10. But for scratches and driver changes, number 1 is all clear, and race number 2 is all clear. Race number 3, scratch. Number 2, flying on my own. And race number 3, number 2, flying on my own, is scratched. In race number 4, number 3, beyond the budget, change the driver to Daryl Mason. Races 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all clear. And in race number 10, scratch number 4, Flaming Blue Star, scratch. And again, no show betting in race number 10. And just another quick typo error, there's no daily double betting in race number 8 or race number 10. The late daily double will be in race number 9.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. At 27 degrees Celsius, beautiful day here in Miami. We have a 10 race card, very competitive race card. We had some great races last week. Look for the same today. Let's try to get off with a winning note here, Trey. Race number 1. I'm going to go to the far outside, currently at $4.90. I really like Fallout Girl. 2 starts, a win in a second. And I like the way she had the 5-hole last week. And for a 2-year-old filly, came home pretty good in 30 and piece. Back-to-back 2 5 miles. But I think there's a lot more in the tank in this 2-year-old filly. And I really like Fallout Girl to get her picture taken in race number 1. Horse for second, Bits and Bites. First-time starter, Donnie Annis last week. Was chasing a pretty fast mile. Mile went in 2, 1, and 3. He paced her mile in 2, 3, and 4. And come home and for a first starter, 2-year-old, very green. Looked like she's been going around the track for a long time. Watch out for Bits and Bites. Like her for my exactor bet. A horse sitting on the win, you go right to the rail. A-Car, Flipper the Bird. Tyler Grundy, back-to-back seconds and 3 starts. Very impressive mile in 2, 4, and 2. Paying $9.50 currently, getting good value on that one. I like 5, 2, and 1. If you're betting the daily double, I like 5 Fallout Girl with the 4-horse Glitter on the Beach in race number 2. How about you, Trey?
Yeah, we have the same horses. I just have a different order. I'm going to go with the inside, AK, Flipper the Bird. 2 straight seconds, gets the job done. In this race of 2-year-olds, I'm going to give the advantage to the inside. And I'm also going to take number 2, Bits and Bites, for second, and then Fallout Girl for third. But I think it's going to be either one of these 3 horses coming in. In my daily double, I was going to go with the 1, AK Flipper the Bird, with the 3, Having Fun in the Sun in race number 2.
Yeah, and Trey, going back to last week, a couple of exciting races that we had. Race number 9, we've got Hurry Home going for 3 straight. Horse that came in from Century Downs for Daryl Mason. Really got this one going good. Looking to see if she can make 3 straight today. And what an upset last week in the Open. Fast fractions. Looked like it was all done. And then Sanga Savannah came out of nowhere. Really looking forward to race number 10 to see what happens in the Open today.
Well, that's why I went with AK Flipper the Bird. That's the Grundy combo that you're talking about there. So maybe they can come up with a big win to start the day as well.
Good luck. We'll see everybody back in race number 2.
Yeah. All right. Number 1, AK Flipper the Bird. Tyler Grundy teams up. Number 2, Bits and Bites with Daryl Mason. Number 3, Go On Bobo, Corey Manning. Number 4, Winds of Winter with Michelle Ray. And number 5, Fallout Girl with Mark Fillion. Moving down the stretch, the 5 2-year-olds kick us off today. Here they come. And they're off and pacing. On the inside, Bits and Bites takes the front end, but from the far outside, Far Out Girl in the dust pile. Caught out too wide is Winds of Winter. Go On Bobo's on the inside third, and Trailer, AK Flipper the Bird. As they're marching down the backstretch, it's Fall Out Girl with Mark Fillion setting that early pace. Bits and Bites in second. Go On Bobo for third. As they're coming to the opening quarter, it's all Fall Out Girl. 31-1 opening quarter. Fallout Girl, Bits and Bites for second. Go On Bobo third. Winds of Winter fourth. And now making a move at the back of the pack. AK Flipper the Bird. Straightening down for the first time. It's all Fallout Girl. AK Flipper the Bird's charging on the outside. Moving up third. Trying to push for second, but Bits and Bites at the half. Fallout Girl, 103 and 4. Now coming out two wide, Winds of Winter, 3 in, 2 out as they're kicking in the clubhouse turn. No one's really challenged Fallout Girl yet, but now here comes AK Flipper the Bird. Go On Bobo's Bits and Bites is caught in third. Winds of Winter's out fourth. Go On Bobo's now your new trailer. They're bunched up down the backstretch there. Looks like they could be 3 wide at the 3-quarter mark. Fallout Girls with a slight lead. 136 and 1. Fallout Girls on the inside. AK Flipper the Birds out 2 wide. Bits and Bites on the inside third. Winds of Winter out and fourth. And Go On Bobo still sitting there fifth. Down the stretch they come. 3 wide. Maybe even 4 wide. AK Flipper the Bird takes over. Bits and Bites now for second. AK Flipper the Bird, Bits and Bites tight at the wire. Daryl Mason, Bits and Bites. AK Flipper the Bird for second. 207 and 2. Coming to the winner's circles, the unofficial winner of today's first race, Bits and Bites, 2-year-old Bay Filly by Ambro Baylor, and Just a Bit Faster, was bred by Daryl and Sherry Mason, owned by Don and Sheila Annis, trained by Don Annis, picking up the win, Daryl Mason. Give a big round of applause, Daryl Mason and Bits and Bites. Here are your quarter times. They went over the first quarter in 31 and 1, over the half in 103 and 4, over the 3 quarters in 136 and 1, finishing the full mile 207 and 2. Rundown and payouts in just one moment. Here are the payouts for race number 1. Number 2, Bits and Bites, paid $240 to win, $280 to place, $780 to show. Number 1, AK Flipper the Bird, paid $710 to place and $780 to show. And number 4, Winds of Winter, paid $710 to show. The $2 exactor, 2-1, pays $14. The $2 triactor 214 pays $40.30. And your rundown, number 1, AK Flipper the Bird, was second. Number 2, Bits and Bites, your winner. Number 3, Go On Bobo, was fourth. Number 4, Winds of Winter, was third. And number 5, Fallout Girl, was fifth. From the top down, your program should read 2, 1, 4, 3, 5 on the bottom. In the upcoming second race, no changes. 5 will go to post in 11 minutes.
You gonna go first?
A big finish there in the first race. Bits and Bites getting its first win in its 2-year-old season here with Daryl Mason. We both had that one for second, but I think we got a little surprised how at the speed there at the finish. But anyway, going into race number 2, Fillies and Mares. I'm going to go with the 3, Having Fun in the Sun. 2 straight thirds, but its times seem to be getting a little better each week. Um, George Isman in the bike and Tara Isman trained. They're having a pretty good season, that stable. So I think that would be a tough one to beat. But for second, I'm going to go on the inside and go with Ollie M. Um, gets the inside post. Again, its times are getting better and better, and I think Kevin Hildebrandt will push this mare to keep set the pace early, and could still finish in the top 3. And to round out my triactor, I'm going to go with Casey's Kiss, number 2. Again, like the times, it had a big 4-second jump in between starts. Maybe it could get another couple seconds quicker and finish out my triactor. What about you, Mike?
Well, I'll tell you, Trey, a little different. Currently on the morning line, he was 10-1, paying $660 right now. You got to like Glitter on the Beach. This 11-year-old horse, if you look at these 5 horses in here, none of these horses have ever won a race except for the 4 who's won 15 lifetime starts. This horse has never met easier in his career. Not saying that he's going to win easy, but man, this is a huge relief as far as what this 11-year-old mare has been racing. I don't think it's ever met easier than the class that she's in here. So I'm going to take Dawn Howlett, Glitter on the Beach, 660, good value. And I like this 11-year-old mare to win in race number 2. I agree with you with the 3 horse, Having Fun in the Sun, George and Tara Isman. He's got some good young horses this year and a little bit green, but they're coming around. Last week, a good third and last quarter and 30 in a piece. You know, with back-to-back thirds, definitely sitting on a win, and 203 is the fastest mile pretty well in the 5-horse field in here. Like this horse's chances than the exactor. Wide open for third, not that easy, but I'm going to take KCS Kiss with Dean Ray, trainer Lorraine Ray. Just 2 starts, he's got a third. Paced a mile in 5-1, quite the improvement after the start before that. Knocked off almost 4 seconds, 20 lengths. So is getting a little bit more race tight. 4-year-old mare. But I think Glitter on the Beach is the one I'd be putting my money on in race number 2.
Number 5 will be driven by Daryl Thiessen in race number 2.
Geez, I think, Daryl, that could change things a lot. When I was handicapping this race, not that drivers make all that much difference, but Daryl does have a good set of hands on him, and he does like to send horses to the front. And if this Zing Van Dart gets to the front, who knows?
The horses are on the track for post-parade for race number 2, Fillies and Mares, non-winners of a race lifetime or in 2021. Number 1 is Ollie M, owned by Kevin Hildebrandt and Aline and Amber Hildebrandt, trained by Kevin Hildebrandt and driven today by Kevin himself. Number 2 is KCS Kiss, owned by Kayla and Chase and Justin Ray, trained by Lorraine Ray, driven today by Dean Ray. Number 2 is Having Fun in the Sun, owned by Tara and Garrett Isman, trained by Tara Isman, George Isman in the bike. Number 4, Glitter on the Beach, owned and trained by Betty Manning, Don Howlett drives. And number 5, Ziff and Dart, owned and trained by Corey Manning. And after the change, Daryl Thiessen will take over. 5 will go to post in 3 minutes. Less than 1 minute to post time, less than 1 minute. The horses are called to the starting gate for race number 2, Fillies and Mares, non-winners of a race lifetime, or in 2021. Number 1, All EM, Kevin Hildebrand in the bike. Number 2, KCS Kiss with Dean Ray. Number 3, Having Fun in the Sun, George Isman. Number 5, Glitter on the Beach with Don Howlett. And number 5, Ziff and Art, Daryl Thiessen. They're stretching down the stretch here. Here they come. And they're off and pacing. Right to the front end. Glitter on the Beach. Ziff and Art chasing down second. All EM's right there in third. KCS Kiss is fourth, and the trailer having fun in the sun. Ziff and Art taking over the lead down the backstretch. Glitter on the Beach is now second. Nollyam still third. KCS Kiss fourth. And about a couple lengths back, having fun in the sun as they're coming to the opening quarter. Ziff and Art with Daryl Thiessen. And 30 flat opening quarter. No movement yet as they're coming around the first turn. Ziff and Art, Glitter on the Beach, and Ollie Emmer, your top three. KC's Kiss is in fourth. And having fun in the sun. You can see them all as they're straightening down. All five are on the inside. Ziff and Art leading the way. $102.3, opening half mile. Ziff and Art still leading the way, kicking in the clubhouse turn. Glitter on the Beach second. They're pulling away a little bit from Ollie M in third. KC's Kiss and having fun in the sun still trailing. Down the backstretch they go. The five mares. Now KC's Kiss out too wide. Having fun in the sun is out too wide as well. Coming to the 3/4 mark, it's Ziff and Art. 134.3. Ziff and Art still setting the pace. Glitter on the Beach now out too wide. Out three wide, having fun in the sun. KC's Kiss now fading to fifth. Down the stretch they come. Ziff and Art and Glitter on the Beach neck and neck. Glitter on the Beach takes over. Glitter on the Beach. Ziff and Art battling back, having fun in the sun. Oh, it might be Ziff and Art. Glitter on the Beach, having fun in the sun. 207-1. Number 5, you won. Ziff and Art, come to the winner's circle. Coming to the winner's circle, finally, you're a winner. Number 5, Ziff and Art. 10-year-old Bay Mare by Art Major and Miss Zamvindel. Owned by Corey Manning, trained by Corey Manning, driven today by Terrell Thiessen. Here are your quarter times. They went over the opening quarter in 30 flat. Over the half in 102.3. Over the 3/4 in 134.3. Finishing the full mile 207-1. Rundown and payouts will be out shortly. Here are your payouts for race number 2. Number 5, Ziff and Art paid $4.40 to win, $4.20 to place, $2.20 to show. Number 4, Glitter on the Beach paid $3 to place, $2.10 to show. And number 3, Having Fun in the Sun, paid $2.10 to show. The $2 triactor, the $2 exactor 5-4 pays $29. The $2 triactor 543 pays $49.20. The $2 daily double 2 with 5, $94.30. And your rundown: number 1, Ollie M was 4th. Number 2, KCS Kiss was 5th. Number 3, Having Fun in the Sun was 3rd. Number 4, Glitter on the Beach was 2nd. And number 5, Ziff and Art, your winner. From the top down, your program should read 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. In the upcoming 3rd race, one change. Number 2, Flying on My Own, is scratched. That's number 2, Flying on My Own, is scratched. The other 5 will go to post in the first elimination of the Manitoba Standard Centerbred for Charity Stake in 10 minutes.
Well, Trey, we had 3 across there in that last race, a half a length separating the win and the 3rd place. And that late driver change, and what an aggressive drive on the inside. I think Don Haller thought he had won the race, and maybe caught him a little bit sleeping, I'm not sure, but he just got after that horse, and good on Daryl Thiessen. Very, very strong, aggressive drive. Race number 3, we have a scratch, Flying on My Own. I'm going to go with the inside, Don's Night Owl, sitting on 2 straight back-to-back wins. The only difference in this, Daryl Thiessen drove him last time in 2-1-1. Glenn LeDrew drives back and gets back on the horse, draws the inside, and I think will be the overwhelming favorite in here. But not going at the odd board now. The 6 horse is getting a lot of action. But anyway, I'm going to stick with Don's Night Owl to win. For second, send me a tweet. Driver Don Hallett, trainer Mark Filion. He's got back-to-back seconds in here, sitting on a win, and has been pacing some good miles and seems to be getting stronger of late. And this 3-year-old filly is no slouch. Now here's the if and but. Here's a horse that could upset them all, and don't know too much about it, and that's Chase My Dust. Coming in from Alberta, and has raced a lot tougher than this field in here. If you look at the miles, 57, 58, 59, that's equivalent is about a 2-1 mile on these fair tracks. So first time start, got here early in the week. Might be worth it at $13.70. You're going to get your money's worth on this one, and may just get to the front and not look back. But I'm going to stick with my picks. I'm going to like the 1, the 5, and the 3 in race number 3.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the 1 on the inside. It's kind of hard to not go with Glenn LeDrew and the Trevor Williams combo getting the inside post. But for second, I'm going to take a hunch, and I'm going to go with Chase My Dust. Like he says, coming in from Alberta. I believe that's the Jock Lambert horse out there, Manitoba guy. Now his horse coming back, Ralph Morrow owned. I think this horse can definitely upset the field in this one. And I'm going to take number 5, Send Me a Tweet, for third. But I think any of these horses have a chance. And remember, the top 4 you got to get in the top 4 to move on to the finals. So all these guys are going to be pushing to get up there.
Yeah, and looking at the track tray, at least at this point, it looks like it's a tiring track. It doesn't look like it's all that fast, at least as of yet. I mean, horses that are going in 2.3, 2.4 are pacing 2.7. So track conditions are going to play a big part on the outcome of the races today. You get a tiring track. A lot of horses, the bigger horses seem to like it better than the smaller ones. So we'll see how this race goes and try to get some type of speed rating in here. And we'll see everybody back in race number 4.
The horses are on track for post parade. Race number 3, elimination 1 of the Manitoba Standardbred Futurity Stake. Number 1, Don's Night Owl, owned by Trevor and Mike Williams, trained by Trevor Williams, Glenn LeDrew in the bike. Number 2 is Scratch. Number 3, Chase My Dust, owned by Ralph Morrow, trained by Richard Ray, driven today by Michelle Ray, and is late to post parade. Number 4, Drive Like You Stole It, owned by Kayla and Chase Ray, and Michelle Mowat and David Bryden, trained by Lorraine Ray, driven today by Dean Ray. Number 5, Send Me a Tweet, owned by Wanda Howlett and Dwayne Taylor, trained by Mark Filion, Don Howlett in the bike. And number 6, State Your Case, owned by Tara Isman and Garrett Isman, trained by Tara, and driven today by George Isman. 5 3-year-olds will go to post in about 4 minutes. And coming across the grandstands right now, number 3, Chase My Dust with Michelle Ray. Less than 1 minute the post time, less than 1 minute. The horses are called to the starting gate for race number 3, the elimination 1 of the Manitoba Standardbred Futurity Stakes. Number 1, Don's Night Owl with Glenn LeDrew. Number 2 is Scratched. Number 3, Chase My Dust with Michelle Ray. Number 4, Drive It Like You Stole It with Dean Ray. Number 5, Send Me a Tweet with Don Howlett. And number 6, State Your Case with George Isman. 5 3-year-olds. Top 4 will move on. Here they come. And they're off and pacing right to the front end. Drive Like You Stole It is stealing that lead. Don's Night Owl slides in second. Chase My Dust is third. Send a Tweet is fourth. And State Your Case can see them all as they're going down the backstretch. Drive Like You Stole It. 3-length lead on the favorite, Don's Night Owl. Chase My Dust sitting there right in third. Send Me a Tweet. And State Your Case can see them all at the quarter mark. 29-4. Good opening quarter for these 3-year-olds. Drive Like You Stole It. Still with a commanding lead. Now making a move. Chase My Dust as they're coming down the stretch for the first time. Don's Night Owl now on the inside third. Send Me a Tweet. 3 lengths back and forth. And State Your Case. Chase My Dust taking over that lead. But here comes Don's Night Owl at the half mark. 59-4 opening half. Chase My Dust now is the leader. Drive Like You Stole It still in second. Don's Night Owl trying to find somewhere to go on the outside. Send Me a Tweet in fourth. And State Your Case sitting patiently in fifth. Down the backstretch they go. Chase My Dust. Don's Night Owl out too wide. Now charging at the 3-quarter mark. Drive Like You Stole It still sitting there in third. 129-2. Drive Like You Stole It's out again. There's a little bit of a misstep on Don's Night Owl. Chase My Dust with the lead. Drive Like You Stole It out too wide. Don's Night Owl trying to reposition third. Send Me a Tweet on the inside fourth. Down the stretch they come in the eliminations. Let's get a little louder, crowd. Who's going to have it on the inside? Chase My Dust. Drive Like You Stole It. Oh, it's tight for there. The two Dean boys pretty close. Don's Night Owl for third. 2 minutes and 4. Officially, number 4, Drive Like You Stole It, is the winner of today's third race. Coming to the winner's circle is your unofficial winner of today's third race, the Elimination 1 of the Manitoba Standardbred Futurity Stakes. Drive It Like You Stole It. 3-year-old Bay Gelding by In the Irons and Major Story. Bred by Kayla and Chase Ray. Owned by Kayla and Chase. Trained by Lorraine Ray. And picking up the win, Dean Ray in the time of 2:04 and 4. Ray, 2 minutes and 4/5. There you go. Give a big round of applause for Drive Like You Stole It and Dean Ray. Here are your quarter times. They went over the first quarter in 29 and 4, over the half in 59 and 4, over the 3 quarters in 129 and 2, finishing with full miles in 2 minutes and 4. Payouts and rundown, one moment. Here are the payouts for race number 3. Number 4, Drive Like You Stole It, $8 to win, $230 to place, $250 to show. Number 3, Chase My Dust, pay $270 to place, $220 to show. And number 1, Don's Night Owl, pay $210 to show. The $2 exactor, 4-3, pays $176.90. The $2 triactor, 4-3-1, pays $313.20. And here's your rundown. Number 1, Don's Night Owl, was 3rd. Number 2 was scratched. Number 3, Chase My Dust, was 2nd. Number 4, Drive Like You Stole It, your winner. Number 5, Send Me a Tweet, was 4th. And number 6, State Your Case, was 5th. From the top down, your program should read 3, scratch, 2, 1, 4, and 5. In the upcoming 4th race, no changes. 5 2-year-olds will go to post in about 10 minutes. I apologize. There was one change in race number 4. Number 3, beyond the budget, Daryl Mason will drive. That was the one change in race number 4. Number 3, Daryl Mason takes over.
Wow, Trey, that was quite. Who says a 5 horse field doesn't pay big money? We had a triactor well over $300, an exactor, I believe, $190 on a 5 horse field. Don's Night Owl cleared them at the top of the lane, made a mistake, did a little break, come back, and the three of them were within a length apart. A very good horse race, and I was pretty impressed with the payouts there. Let's go to race number 4. Another 5 horse field in here. And I'm going to go to the 2-hole Sassy Libby, another driver trainer combination of Mark Filion. He's got a 427 training average right now, so he's having a pretty good meet. Back to back seconds. This 2-year-old filly is definitely sitting on a win. And 2 starts back, actually, a paced a mile and 2-3 behind one of the best fillies on the grounds, which happens to be named Philly. So I think Sassy Libby, Mark will make amends in this one. And I think he's going to be tough to beat out of post position, too. Currently $3.50 at the moment. The second, AK Up and Atom with Tyler Grundy. Broke just near the wire last week. Finished 3rd place, 4th. But no slouch. He's got a win in a second. Pace of miles in 2.5 and 2.6. And I think he definitely deserves to look at being in the exactor in this race. Wide open for 3rd. No tickets sold on this one. Currently beyond the budget. Driver change. We know what happened in the last driver change with Daryl Thiessen. We've got Daryl Mason aboard, taking the reins over Clayton Braybrook. Trainer Donnie Annis, who had one win already today. His other 2-year-old did win with Daryl and looking to get back-to-back wins with his 2-year-olds. And the payoffs are great. Don't be shy at the wickets. I like the 2, 5, and 3, Trey. How about you?
Yeah, I have the exact same as you, Mike, and the post parade's coming up, so I'm not going to add too much. But just keep a lookout for that number 3 beyond the budget. No tickets sold, could get a payout on that one. Never know what could happen with Blackjack Charlie, or look at the 1 George M. We saw what Daryl Thiessen did earlier. He could get that one and on the inside post position as well. So it's a pretty wide open race. And the horses are on the track for post parade for race number 4, 2-year-old non-winners of 1500. Number 1, George M., owned by Jay Mooney, trained by Corey Manning, driven today by Daryl Thiessen. Number 2, Sassy Libby, owned by Arel Voden and Mark Filion, trained by Mark Filion, and he drives as well. Number 3, Beyond the Budget, owned by Don and Sheila Annis, trained by Don Annis, Daryl Mason in the bike. Number 4, Blackjack Charlie, owned by Corey and Betty Manning, trained by Corey Manning, and driven as well by Corey, and will be late to post parade. And number 5, AK Up and Atom, owned by Jacqueline and Tyler Grundy, trained by Jacqueline Grundy, Tyler Grundy in the bike. The 5 2-year-olds will go to post in 3 minutes. In the upcoming 5th race is the start of our pick 4. Make sure you have a few moments now to look over our pick 4 races 5, 6, 7, and 8 coming up soon. Number 4, Blackjack Charlie, is now coming and crowding in the grandstands. That's number 4, Blackjack Charlie, with Corey Manning. All 5 2-year-olds are on the track. 2 minutes to post. The horses are called to the starting gate for race number 4. 2-year-olds, non-winners of 1,500 lifetime. Number 1, George M. Daryl Thiessen in the bike. Number 2, Sassy Libby with Mark Fillion. Number 3, Beyond the Budget with Daryl Mason. Number 4, Blackjack Charlie, Corey Manning. And number 5, AK Up and Adam, Tyler Grundy. 5 2-year-olds on the gate. Here they come. And they're off and pacing. Right to the front end, Sassy Libby and George M. Blackjack Charlie out too wide, taking over second and charging, looking for more. Beyond the Budget slides in fourth, and AK Up and Adam is fifth. Marching down the backstretch, trying to get all sorted out. It's all Sassy Libby. Blackjack Charlie for second. George M for third. Beyond the Budget's in fourth. And AK Up and Adam is fifth as they're coming to the opening quarter. Sassy Libby with Mark Fillion leading the way. 33-1 opening quarter. Sassy Libby and Blackjack Charlie about a length back now to George M. Beyond the Budget's fourth and still trailing AK Up and Adam as they're swinging around the stretch for the first time. Beyond the Budget looks to be out too wide to make the first move, but Sassy Libby still leading the way. Beyond the Budget now trying to take over second. And George M now is fourth. 106 flat for the opening half mile. Sassy Libby leading the way. Blackjack Charlie is second. George M is third. Having trouble now beyond the Budget. And AK Up and Adam slides into fourth. Down the backstretch they go. Sassy Libby and Blackjack Charlie. Now AK Up and Adams now charging out the outside, taking over third. At the 3/4 mark, it's all Sassy Libby. Blackjack Charlie there in second. 136-3, pulling away now. Sassy Libby. AK Up and Adam charging, trying to catch the front end. I don't know if he can. It's all Sassy Libby. AK Up and Adams now in second. Trying to keep in it. Blackjack Charlie Beyond the Budget and George M battling it for third, but Sassy Libby with the win. AK Up and Adam for second. Coming back Beyond the Budget for third. 207-4. Coming to the winner's circles, the unofficial winner of today's fourth race, Sassy Libby, 2-year-old Bay filly by Androli Hanover and Minutes Liberty, owned by Arel Voden and Mark Filion, trained by Mark Filion, and also driven today by Mark. Give a big round of applause for Sassy Libby and Mark Filion. And here are your quarter times. They went over the first quarter in 33 and 1, over the half in 106 flat, over the 3 quarters in 136 and 3, finishing the full mile 207 and 4. Rundown and payouts will be up shortly. Here are the payouts for race number 4. Number 2, Sassy Libby, paid $450 to win, $240 to place, $210 to show. Number 5, AK Up and Adam, paid $390 to place, $220 to show. And number 3, Beyond the Budget, paid $210 to show. The $2 exactor, 2.5, paid $8.20. The $2 triactor, 253, paid $13.40. And here's your rundown. Number 1, George M. was 4th. Number 2, Sassy Libby, your winner. Number 3, Beyond the Budget, was 3rd. Number 4, Blackjack Charlie, was 5th. And number 5, AK Up and Adam, was 2nd. From the top down, your program should read 4, 1, 3, 5, 2 on the bottom. In the upcoming 5th race, no changes. 7 will go to post in the elimination 2 of the Manitoba Standardbred Futurity Stake, and it'll be the start of our pick 4 in about 10 minutes.
Okay, Trey, we got another stake race coming up here in race number 5, and it's a 7-horse field. And no, it's not an easy race to pick when you look at the program. Like, I'm going to go with Philly on the far outside, post position 6, and I'll tell you why. Basically the same horses this horse raced against on July 17th, or July 3rd, I'm sorry, and beat him by 7.5 lengths. Does get the far outside, but believe me, this horse can fly. You're going to see her charging late, and man, like she's a nice little filly, and I like her chances to get the win in this race number 5. Serial Killer with Don Howlett, 4 starts. He's never far out of it. 2 wins in the second, and paced a good strong mile and 2-1 in the piece last week. Gets a little bit of a post relief coming out of post position 3, and this horse has been finishing strong in 29 or in and around 29 seconds every start. A horse to watch out for, currently at $6.50, obviously, is Millie's Million coming out of post position 2. Could easily have been my number 1 pick here. It did pace a mile in 59-1, but finished 3rd. And that's a little different than winning in 59-1. But he was in a race with Hurry Home, who paced a mile in 58-2. So that was a pretty good mile anytime on these half-mile tracks. So it's not an easy race. It's a 7-horse field. This is the race where you're going to get a major payoff if you've got one of these favorites that are out of the race. Keep that in mind when you're going to the wickets. Beginning of the win 4, I'm keying the 6. And I'm going to take in race number 5, 6, 3, and 2 in that order. How about you, Trey?
Yeah, I agree. I like the 6 coming from the outside. Like you said, she's got speed and she can fly. I have Millie's Million on the inside. I think if she charges to the front, could force maybe Philly to waste a little bit of energy at the beginning if she can't get in right away. So I got the 6, 2. I'm going to go with the 3, Serial Killer. Pretty impressive season so far. If you minus that 1/5 place where in the Golden Boy leg 1, he probably could have won if he stayed flat down at the end there, down at the stretch. So I think those top 3 are pretty tight. But like you said, if one of them or 2 of them maybe don't finish in the top 3, it could be a pretty good payout because you can, Mr. Dillon, I forgot, had that big win. Yeah, it was 208-1, but winning still winning, on the outside, and that gets the inside trailer position. Jim Strikes It Rich got a win last time out as well. These horses are getting wins, and anything could happen in this one.
You're right, Trey. You know what you got to look at, too? Obviously, when you're looking at other racetracks, when they see our purses, we go for pretty small purses. Us in Prince Edward Island are the smallest purses in Canada. But when you're going for $5,400, they're not going to leave anything in the tank. You're going to see some extremely aggressive racing going on here in race number 5. And I think we're going to see a mile, 2 minutes or under in this race. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
And like the last race, the top 4 get into the finals in a few weeks, and that one's almost, 18,000, right? So, or something like that. So, they got some incentive to try to finish in the top 4. So these 7 3-year-olds are going to be fighting to the end.
And I think the fans are going to be standing on their feet coming down in the home stretch in this one. Good luck. We'll see you back in race number 6.
For post parade, race number 5, elimination number 2, Manitoba Standardbred Maturity Stakes. Number 1, Jim Strikes It Rich, owned by Tara and Garrett Isman, trained by Tara, and driven today by George Isman. Number 2 is Millie's Million, owned and trained by Richard Ray, driven today by Michelle Ray. Number 3 is Serial Killer, owned by Mark Fillion and Wanda Howlett, trained by Mark, and the bike today is Don Howlett. Number 4, Jimmy Did Done Good, owned by Barry McNaughton and Roland Ray, trained by Barry McNaughton, Dean Ray, and the bike. Number 5, Baby Badger, owned by Kevin Hildebrandt and Rel Voden, trained by Kevin and driven by Kevin. Number 6 is Philly, owned and trained by Trevor Williams, Glenn LeDrew, and the bike. And number 7, Mr. Dillon, owned, trained, and driven by Corey Manning. All 7 3-year-olds will go to post for elimination number 2 in 2 minutes. And again, this is our start of our pick 4. Pick the winner in races 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're just shy of $300 in our pick 4. Make sure you get down there and make a quick bet on the pick 4 coming up in less than 1 minute. Less than 1 minute to post. Make sure you get to the mutuals.
Let's get to the mutuals early. We're getting lineups every race. I think we only have a couple of tellers. Didn't expect a crowd like this. So get to the wickets early, ladies and gentlemen, in the last 5 races that we have. We don't want you to get shut out.
over 350 in the pick 4 pool. You got about 30 seconds to get that bet in. The horses are gathering down the backstretch for race number 5. Here's the elimination number 2 for the Manitoba Standardbred Futurity Stakes. Top 4 will move on. Number 1, Jim Strikes It Rich with George Isman. Number 2, Millie's Million with Michelle Ray. Number 3, Serial Killer, Don Howlett. Number 4, Jimmy Did Done Good with Dean Ray. Number 5, Baby Badger with Kevin Hildebrandt. Number 6 is Philly, Glenn LeDrew, and your current favorite. And number 7, Mr. Dillon, Corey Manning. 6 3-year-olds up on the gate, 1 trailer. Here they come. There's a break early on number 3 as they're off and pacing right to the front end. Millie's Million. Jimmy Did Done Good slides in second. Philly charging on the outside, trying to find cover in third. Jim Strikes It Rich is fourth. They're 3 wide down at the back there. Mr. Dillon, Baby Badger. As they're going down to the opening quarter, it's Millie's Million. Jimmy Did Done Good right there in second. Philly's third. Closing the gap. The Serial Killer, 29-4. Opening quarter. Millie's Million setting that early pace. Baby Badger stuck out 2 wide. Now Philly making a move too as they're coming down the stretch for the first time. Giving the crowd here a little early action. It's Millie's Million and Philly battling it out early. Baby Badger's out 2 wide, charging up third. Jimmy Did Done Good on the inside. Jim Strikes It Rich, Serial Killer, and Mr. Dillon's trailing. 101-3. 5 in, 2 out as they're kicking it into the clubhouse turn. Millie's Million. Philly on the outside, second, and still charging up to the front. Jimmy Did Done Good third. Watch for Dean Ray. He won the first elimination. There's a break on Baby Badger near the back of the pack. Here's Serial Killer now on the outside, charging up to the front end. Jim Strikes It Rich on the inside, fifth, and Mr. Dillon's now sixth. 131-2. Millie's Million and Philly battling it out. Jimmy Did Done Good is third. Here comes Serial Killer. Jim Strikes It Rich is fifth. Mr. Dillon sixth. And Baby Badger down the stretch. Here they come. Who is it going to be? It's Philly on the outside. Millie's Million on the inside. Don't count out Serial Killer. It's going to be tight. It looks like Philly, Millie's Million, Serial Killer at the wire. Well, 1 and 4. Unofficial, number 6, Philly, is the winner of race number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a driver's objection, but it will not affect the top 4 of finish. So your unofficial winner here in race number 5, elimination 2, Philly, 3-year-old Bay Philly by Blue Burner and Miss Million, bred by Trevor, owned by Trevor, trained by Trevor, and driven today by Glenn LeDrew. There you go. Give a big round of applause for the connections. Glenn LeDrew with Philly. Here are your times. They went over the first quarter in 29 and 4, over the half in 101 and 3, over the 3 quarters in 131 and 2, finishing the full mile in 201 and 4. Payouts and rundown will be up shortly. Here's the rundown for race number 5. Number 1, Jim Strikes It Rich was 5th. Number 2, Millie's Million was 2nd. Number 3, Serial Killer was 3rd. Number 4, Jimmy Did Done Good was 4th. Number 5, Baby Badger was 7th. Number 6, Philly, your winner. And number 7, Mr. Dillon was 6th. From the top down, your program should read 5, 2, 3, 4, 7, 1, and 6. The objection was 5 on 7, and it has no change of order. The objection was number 5 on number 7, no change of order. Here are the payouts for race number 5. Number 6, Philly, paid $320 to win, $280 to place, $210 to show. Number 2, Millie's Million, paid $250 to place, $240 to show. And number 3, Serial Killer, paid $280 to show. The $2 exactor, 6-2, pays $7.30. The $2 tractor, 623, pays $13.40. In the upcoming 6th race, there's no changes. 7 will go to post in about 10 minutes.
Well, Trey, that was one exciting race. Our little recap on race number 5. Philly out a long way, more than a half on the outside, and win by literally inches. The horse you got to watch out for next elimination is Serial Killer. Broke stride early, and did that 3-year-old gelding ever make up a lot of ground and finish not too far behind Philly and Millie's Million. So watch out for Serial Killer. Lost a lot of ground breaking and come right back. Race number 6, we have another 7-horse field, and a not an easy race to pick at all. There's a few in here that are very, very close in conditions here. I like a little piece of my heart. Daryl Thiessen aboard, got the job done last week. First start here in Manitoba, and did win in 2, 1, and 3, but did have a lot of trouble leaving the gate, was all over the place, lost a lot of ground. When he got to the backside, just pulled the trigger and went on by, but did lose a lot of ground. If behaves today, should be okay. Dean Ray stable looks absolutely razor sharp. Miso Classy on the inside. I like this horse for second. A lot of post position relief here. And look at this horse's pace in 2-1, 2-2 last 2 starts. I don't know. He may not take any prisoners here from the inside and is a major threat in this 7-horse field. And look at George Isman, Tara Isman, zippity zoom. Not out of the money in 4 starts, a first, second, and 2/3. You don't get too much better than that. And consistently 2-2-2 in his last 3 starts. And that might be enough to win in here. Not an easy race to pick, Trey, but I'm going to take the 5, 1, and 3 in race number 6.
Yeah, it's a really tough race. I take the 5 as well. Really like that Philly's first start here in Manitoba last time out. Daryl Thiessen back in the bike. I'm going to go with the 3, Zippity Zoom for second. No tickets sold yet on the wins for the number 3 horse yet. That would definitely be one I think you would want to watch out for. And I got the 1, Miso Classy, for third to round out my triactor. But again, tough race. 2 shoes is one that, that had a lot of success last year. Tough as Buff had a win last time out. My oh my, look at me fly has some solid times, and of course Electric Amethyst. That's the horse that came back 15 lengths last year to win it. So all these horses have a good shot in this one. Hopefully we can spread the money around in the 7-horse field.
Well, currently the 5, $2.10. That would be the type of horse you might want to throw in your exactor and your triactors, but there's no value on the win.
Yeah, and here's the post parade for race number 6. Number 1, Me So Classy, owned by Vince Sutherland and Alan Bryden, trained by Lorraine Ray, and driven today by Dean Ray. Number 2 is Electric Amethyst, owned, trained, and driven by Corey Manning. Number 3 is Zippity Zoo, owned by Tara Isman, trained by Tara, and driven today by George Isman. Number 5, Little Piece of My Heart, owned and trained by Trevor Williams, driven today by Daryl Thiessen. Number 6, Tough as Buff, owned by Alice Gilbert, trained by Sherry Mason, driven today by Daryl Mason. And number 7, My Oh My, Look at Me Fly, owned and trained by Corey Manning, trained today by Kirk Rogers. The number 2 and the number 7 are late for post. The other 5 are on track. Less than 4 minutes to go till post time. Race number 6, non-winners of 2, Fillies and Mares 3, Lifetime. Now on track, number 2, Electric Amethyst with Corey Manning. And number 4, Two Shoes with Mark Fillion. Still waiting for number 7. All horses are on the track. Less than 2 minutes to post time. Less than 2 minutes till race number 6.
Daryl Stephenson to the judges stand at your convenience. Daryl Stephenson to the judges stand at your convenience.
Less than 1 minute to post time, less than 1 minute. Horses are called to the starting gate for race number 6. Non-winners of 2, fillies and mares 3. Race is lifetime. Number 1, Me So Classy with Dean Ray. Number 2, Electric Amethyst, Corey Manning. Number 3, Zippity Zoom with George Isman. Number 4, Two Shoes, Mark Fillion. Number 5, Little Piece of My Heart, Daryl Thiessen. Number 6, Tough as Buff, Daryl Mason. And number 7, My Oh My, Look at Me Fly with Kirk Rogers. They're swinging around the stretch. 6 on the gate, 1 trailer. Here they come. And they're off and pacing on the inside. Me So Classy takes the lead. Zippity Zoom trying to find a place in second, but caught out wide. My Oh My, Look at Me Flies in third. Now in fourth is Little Piece of My Heart. In fifth is Electric Amethyst. In sixth, Two Shoes. And Tough as Buff is trailing. Down the backstretch they go. Zippity Zoom has to take the lead. Me So Classy's in second. My Oh My sitting there in third. 29 flat opening quarter. Zippity Zoom setting that early pace. Me So Classy second. My Oh My, Look at Me Fly third. Little Piece of My Heart fourth. Couple lengths back. Racing fifth, Electric Amethyst. Two Shoes is in sixth. And Tough as Buff right there trailing seventh. As they're coming around this for the first time. Zippity Zoom setting the early pace. Little Piece of My Heart now out too wide. 59 and 4 opening half as they're kicking in the clubhouse turn. Zippity Zooms with George Isman still leading. Little Piece of My Heart trying to find the front end. Me So Classy in second. Now in fourth. My Oh My, Look at Me Fly. Two Shoes is charging now fifth. Electric Amethyst sixth. Tough as Buff at the back of the pack. At the 3/4 mark, it's Zippity Zoom. 130 and 1. Little Piece of My Heart still stuck out too wide. Zippity Zoom with that lead. Me So Classy's in second. Little Piece of My Heart third. My Oh My, Look at Me Fly sitting in fourth. Two Shoes, Electric Amethyst, and Tough as Buff. Here they coming home now. Zippity Zoom. Here comes Little Piece of My Heart. Me So Classy trying to find a little bit of the front end there. Me So Classy. Zippity Zoom. Little Piece of My Heart. 202 and 3. Coming to the winner circles, your unofficial winner of today's sixth race, Me So Classy, 4-year-old bay mare by In the Irons and Hammers Rainbow, bred by Dean Ray out of St. Claude, owned by Vince Sutherland and Alan Bryden, trained by Lorraine Ray, and driven today by Dean Ray. There you go. Give a big round of applause for Me So Classy with Dean Ray. Here are your quarter times. They went over the first quarter in 29 flat, over the half in 59 and 4, over the 3/4 in 1:30 and 1, finishing the full mile in 2:02 and 3. Rundown and payouts be out shortly. Here are the payouts for race number 6. Number 1, Me So Classy, pays $14.30 to win, $3.60 to place, $2.70 to show. Number 3, Zippity Zoom, paid $4.30 to place, $2.50 to show. And number 5, Little Piece of My Heart, pays $2.40 to show. The $2 exactor, 1 with 3, pays $45.20. The $2 triactor, 135, pays $28.70. And here's your rundown. Number 1, Me So Classy, the winner. Number 2, Electric Amethyst was 7th. Number 3, Zippity Zoom was 2nd. Number 4, Two Shoes was 6th. Number 5, Little Piece of My Heart was 3rd. Number 6, Tough as Buff was 5th. And number 7, My Oh My, Look at Me Fly was 4th. From the top down, your program should read 1, 7, 2, 6, 3, 5, and 4. In the upcoming 7th race, no changes. 6 will go to post in about 12 minutes.
Oh, that was quite the race. Like I said,
Yeah.
the Dean Race Stable, absolutely sharp as attack and he's so classy just in the last few strides. Got there to get the job done. Looked like it was going to be zippity zoom. And then little piece of my heart was coming on the outside. Very close finish. And that's the way races should be.
Yeah.
We've got another 6-horse field coming up here. And to me, this looks like a standout. And I would use this horse as a key in my exactors and triactors. I'd be awfully surprised if this horse didn't win, and that's Promised Me a Win, 6-hole or not. Paced a mile in 2 minutes and 4/5 last week, was a huge betting favorite then, and right now on the board is the huge betting favorite now. A horse for second, Get It Done, Bud, gets Daryl Thiessen aboard, and that won't hurt his chances. Last week, Daryl was on this horse and was the overwhelming betting favorite, did pace a mile in 2:02. So does have a real good shot in here. Get It Done, Bud. Most likely, in my opinion, will be the pace setter in here. And he's going to play Catch Me If You Can. So Get It Done, Bud. 3-horse paying $5.10 currently. Horse for third, Inside Joke with Daryl Mason. Got the job done once already today. Finished second last week in 2:08 and 3. He's got 2 seconds in 4 starts. 2 starts back, finished 6th and paced a mile in 2:04. But I do think he's the rest of the best in here. So we're going to have a good finish in here between the 6 and the 3. But when it's all said and done, Trey, I like the 6, 3, and 4 in race number 7.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I just took the 3, Get It Done, Bud. Cut 5 seconds off its time last week with Daryl. I think the 6 has a real good chance in this one. I'm just going to take the 3. Might pay a little bit more than if the 6 won, but like you said, there's the 2 that are only getting bet right now, so probably not. And for third, I'm going to agree with you again. Inside Joke, number 4 with Daryl Mason, has a win today. This horse improved, went from 6th, now getting 2nd last week out. I think this one could be one to mix up the top 3 as well.
Yep, should be a fast one. I think this race here will be in and around 2 minutes as well. Track seems to be getting a little quicker or late. We'll see everybody back in race number 8.
The horses are on track for post-parade race number 7. Horse and Geldings, non-winner of a race, or $1,000 lifetime. Number 1, Cam and Get Me, owned by Nicole Giesbrick, trained by Kevin Hildebrandt. Kevin Hildebrandt in the bike. Number 2 is Woodstock Huey, owned, trained, and driven by Corey Manning, and is late to post. Number 2, Woodstock Huey, is late to post parade. Number 3 is Get It Done Bud, owned by Corey and Betty Manning, trained by Corey Manning, Daryl Thiessen in the bike. Number 4 is Inside Joke, owned by Paula Mason and Brad Colwell, trained by Paula Mason, Daryl Mason teams up. Number 5, Al's Dragon Jack, owned by W. Drader, trained by Mark Villion, driven today by Mark Villion. And number 6, Promise Me a Win, owned by Richard and Janet Ray, trained by Richard Ray, driven today by Michelle Ray. The 6 will go to post in 3 minutes. Number 2, Woodstock Huey, is now on track. All 6 horses are on track. Post time, less than 2 minutes. The horses are called to the starting gate for race number 7. Horse and Geldings, non-winners of a race or 1,000 lifetime. Number 1, Cam and Get Me with Kevin Hildebrandt. Number 2, Woodstock Huey with Corey Manning. Number 3, Get It Done Bud, Daryl Thiessen. Number 4, Inside Joke, Daryl Mason. Number 5, Al's Dragon Jack with Mark Fillion. And number 6, Promise Me a Win, Michelle Ray. The 6 Pacers up on the gate. Here they come. And they're off and pacing. Get It Done Bud. Straight to the front end. Woodstock and Huey's out second. Cam and Get Me third. Inside Joke out too wide. Nope, sliding in fourth. Promise Me a Win is fifth. And Al's Dragon Jack is braking and having some trouble there on the backstretch. Get It Done Bud leading the way with about a 2-length lead on Woodstock Huey. Cam and Get Me is third. Inside Joke fourth. The favorite, Promise Me a Win, sitting in fifth at the quarter mark. 31-1 opening quarter. Get It Done Bud with a 2-length lead. Woodstock Huey Cam and Get Me third. Inside Joke fourth. Promise Me a Win fifth. And catching up is Al's Dragon Jack. Coming down the stretch for the first time, it's Get It Done Bud. Now making a move, Promise Me a Win, charging up third, now second. Woodstock Huey's now third. Now Cam and Get Me's out. Inside Joke slides back down to fifth. 105-1. Get It Done Bud. And Promise Me a Win. 4 lengths back to Woodstock Huey. Inside Joke is fourth. Cam and Get Me fifth. Al's Dragon Jack still trailing. Down the backstretch they go. Get It Done Bud is getting it done so far. Promise Me a Win ain't going anywhere. Woodstock Huey's for third at the 3-quarter mark. Get It Done Bud did it in 1:34-3. Promise Me a Win out too wide. Daryl and Michelle battling it out as they're coming down the stretch. Get It Done Bud on the inside. Promise Me a Win out too wide. Promise Me a Win looks like they have a little bit more energy. Promise Me a Win. Promise Me a Win will hold on. Get It Done Bud for second. And it's going to be an all-out battle for third. Looks like Inside Joke will hold on for that. 205-2. Coming to the winner's circles, the unofficial winner of today's 7th race, Promise Me a Win. 3-year-old baked colt by Ambro Baylor and Bubbles Promise. bred by Don and Sheila Annis, owned by Richard and Janet Ray, trained by Richard Ray, and picking up the win, Michelle Ray. A round of applause there for Michelle Ray with Promise Me a Win. Here are your quarter times. They went over the first quarter in 31 and 1, over the half in 130, over the half in 105 and 1, over the 3 quarters in 134 and 3, finishing the full mile 205 and 2. Here's the rundown for race number 7. Number 1, Cam and Get Me was 6th. Number 2, Woodstock and Huey was 5th. Number 3, Get It Done Bud was 2nd. Number 4, Inside Joke was 3rd. Number 5, Al's Dragon Jack was 4th. And number 6, Promise Me a Win. Your winner from the top down, your program should read 6, 5, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Payouts in 1 second. Here's your payouts. Number 6, Promise Me a Win, pay $2.10 to win, $2.10 to place, $2.20 to show. Number 3, Get It Done Bud, pay $2.40 to place, $2.70 to show. And number 4, Inside Joke, pay $2.70 to show. The $2 exactor, 6-3, pays $3.20. The $2 triactor, 6-3-4, is $11.70. In the upcoming 8th race, no changes. 6 will go to post in the claimers.
Well, that Daryl Thiessen tried to steal that one. If you look at the fractions, though, Trey, 31 and 1, then you go 105 and 1. You know, the horse from the outside promised me a win. Had to come his last half in about 58 seconds because Daryl's last half was 1 minute 1/5.
Yeah.
So promised me a win. Had to really motor to get there, and he just barely got there. So good race and promised me win. Congratulations to Michelle and Ricky Ray.
Yep.
Race number 8, we got the Claimers, 3,500 to 5,500. Usually the most exciting race of the day. These Claimers have been going under 2 minutes week to week. I'm going to go with the 3-horse Liz placed, 240 right now, but we are going to see a speed duel because Next Thing Smoking can really smoke on the inside. And Liz Place, I would got a gut feeling he's going to be trying to leave out of there. So we may see a 28-second quarter, 57, 58 half if Liz Place doesn't take back. But I know Next Thing Smoking, when he does the inside, he is going to be rolling. Red Star Tiger, never leave this horse out. 4 starts, he's right there, first, second, and third. Pace of miles in 59 and 2-1 last 2 starts. And if you get a speed duel up front, Red Star Tiger paying pretty good at $11.30. And for third, Great Quote goes up in class, was from the 3,500 to 5,500 and draws the outside 6-hole. And I think that's pretty hard to overcome, but still good enough, in my opinion, to finish third, top 3 in the triactor. But we should see a very good mile in here, Trey. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. I have Liz Place to take this one. 159 and 1 last week, 29-second closing quarter. Glenn LeDrew, hard to not go with that one. And again, for second, I agree with you. Red Star Tiger, has looked pretty good in the Claimers last few weeks. I'm going to go for third, Marv the Rat. I really was impressed 2 weeks ago when he could have won if he just stayed flat right at the end there. He was doing pretty good out in Cal X and in Century before coming back to Manitoba. But this is a tough one to pick because, Kevin in the inside there with Next Thing Smoking, won this one a couple weeks ago as well. You can't count out Don't Rock the Boat. That's another one from Century that was doing some good things. Or like you said, Great Quote. I think this one could come right down to the wire.
Now, it should be interesting, but we're going to find out in about 5 minutes' time. So last daily double coming up in the 9th and 10th race. So late daily double coming up next race. And good luck, everybody.
The horses are on the track for post parade for race number 8, claiming 3,500, 4,500, or 5,500. Number 1, Next Thing Smokin', owned by Kevin Hildebrandt and Arel Voden, trained by Kevin, and Kevin Hildebrandt's in the bike. Number 2 is Marv the Rat, owned, trained, and driven by Corey Manning. Number 3 is Liz Placed, owned by Trevor and Mike Williams and Arel Voden, trained by Trevor, Glenn LeDrew in the bike. Number 4, Don't Rock the Boat, owned and trained by Kevin Hildebrandt. Chris Brown takes charge. Number 5, Red Star Tiger, owned by Sherry and Daryl Mason, trained by Sherry Mason, and driven today by Daryl Mason. And number 5, Great Quote, owned by Melanie Ray Clark, Skylar and Austin Clark, trained by Melanie Ray Clark, and driven today by Michelle Ray. The 6 geldings will go to post in less than 2 minutes, and our claimers. Less than 1 minute to post time. Less than 1 minute to race number 8. The horses are called to the starting gate for race number 8. It's our claiming. Number 1, Next Thing Smokin'. Kevin Hildebrandt teams up. Number 2, Marv the Rat with Corey Manning. Number 3, Liz Placed, Glenn LeDrew. Number 4, Don't Rock the Boat, Chris Brown. Number 5, Red Star Tiger with Daryl Mason. And number 6, Great Quote with Michelle Ray. 6 geldings on the gate. Here they come. And they're off and pacing. Straight to the front end. Marv the Rat takes the lead. Liz Place caught out too wide. Next thing smoking on the inside. Don't Rock the Boat is fourth. Red Star Tiger is fifth. And the trailer, Great Quote. Liz Place charging on the outside too wide to take the lead. Marv the Rat's now second. Next thing smoking is third. Don't Rock the Boat fourth. 29 flat opening quarter. Liz Place setting that early pace. Marv the Rat's in second. Next thing smoking third. Don't Rock the Boat fourth. Red Star Tiger racing in fifth. And Great Quote can see them all as they're coming down for the first time. Now next thing smoking and Don't Rock the Boat out too wide. Liz Place with that lead. Marv the Rat next thing smoking right there for second. It went 1 minute flat. 31 seconds, second panel. Liz Place still leading the way. Marv the Rat's in second on the inside. Red Star Tiger. Next thing smoking's fading to the back. Now 3 wide. Don't Rock the Boat. Great Quotes in fifth. As they're coming to the 3-quarter mark, Liz Place still leading the way. They're still 3 wide down the backstretch. 1:30 and 3. Liz Place. Marv the Rat's on the inside second. Red Star Tiger is third. Don't Rock the Boat's fourth. Great Quotes fifth. Down the stretch they come. It's Liz Place. Marv the Rat. Here comes Red Star Tiger charging, but it's going to be all Liz Place with Glenn LeDrew. Marv the Rat for second. Red Star Tiger. Don't Rock the Boat. Great Quote. Next thing smoking. 2 minutes and 4. Coming to the winner circles, your unofficial winner of today's 8th race, Liz Place. 8-year-old Bay Gelding by Liz Mara and Jenny's Place Owned by Trevor Williams, Mike Williams, and Arel Voden. Trained by Trevor. Picking up the win, Glenn LeDrew. Here we go. Give a big round of applause for Liz Place with Glenn LeDrew. Here are their times. They went over the opening quarter in 29 flat, over the half in a minute flat, over the 3/4 in 1:30 and 3, finishing the full mile 2 minutes and 4. Payouts and rundown up shortly. Here are the payouts for race number 8. Number 3, Liz Place, paid $3 to win, $2.30 to place, $2.20 to show. Number 2, Marv the Rat, paid $11.20 to place, $2.50 to show. And number 5, Red Star Tiger, paid $2.90 to show. The $2 exactor 3-2 pays $15.10. The $2 triactor 3-2-5 pays $25.40. The $1 pick 4 6-1-6-3 $20.85. And here's your rundown. Number 1, Next Thing Smokin' was 6. Number 2, Marv the Rat was 2nd. Number 3, Liz Placed, your winner. Number 4, Don't Rock the Boat was 4th. Number 5, Red Star Tiger was 3rd. And number 6, Great Quote was 5th. From the top down, your program should read 6, 2, 1, 4, 3, 5. In the upcoming 9th race, no changes, and the start of our late daily double, 5 will go to post in about 12 minutes. Yeah, that was a great finish to that one. Liz Place had to, take a front down the backstretch there and kept it on. Thought maybe that Marv the Rat or Red Star Tiger had a chance, but not really. Glenn LeDrew won that one pretty easily, eh, Mike?
Yeah, it looked like he had things in hand there. Looked like Marv the Rat, though, did look the best I've seen him in a while.
Yeah.
He looked pretty sound and looked pretty good.
Anyway, that's race number 9. Non-winners of 4. Fillies and Mares 5. Races lifetime. I'm going to take the 1. Hurry Home. Gets the inside position. We saw what this mare did last time out when she got the 1 hole. Led wire to wire in 158 and 2. Don't see why that can't happen again. For second, I'm going to go with Buck Rogers, number 2. Finished second last time, just to Hurry Home, just about just shy of a second slower. I think Buck Rogers will, I think Hurry Home and Buck Rogers will basically just follow each other this whole race. For third, I'm going to go with the outside, A Cowboy's Dream, with Tyler Grundy. Moving over from the Phillies and Mares Open, coming into this one, I think it could definitely, drop in class a little bit, so could definitely be a potential in the trifactor.
Yeah, I think I agree, Trey. Hurry Home. This horse is only 2/10 off his lifetime mark last week in the inside. He gets the inside again. I think this horse, when he gets there, he still has conditions, is definitely going to be a strong competitor in the Open, the way he's been racing and improving every start here in Manitoba. And I can't see anybody in this 5-horse field even getting close to him down the lane. So Hurry Home to me is by far the best. 3 wins and 7 starts this year, and look for another mile under 2 minutes here. Buck Rogers, very interesting horse. 7 lengths out of it. He had the 3-hole last week at the half. Doesn't show any early speed in most of his starts, but comes home like a bearcat. His last half last week was 58 and 1 and paced a mile in 59 and 1. If he can do what you said in your selections, on the helmet of Hurry Home, who knows? With a good trip there, Buck Rogers, he shows he can come home and pace the last half very strong. So maybe with a perfect pocket trip, he'll give Hurry Home a go in the lane. We'll see that shortly. A Cowboy's Dream, the 6-year-old mare, no slouch. Another horse that paced a mile under 2 minutes last week, had 4 lifetime starts, has yet to get to the winning circle, but I think is going to appreciate this field with a fast pace. I think that's going to be up front. And you're going to see Tyler Grundy absolutely passing horses down the lane. And it looks like it's going to be a good one, but I like 1, 2, and 5. And remember, if you're betting the daily double, I like the 1 horse, Hurry Home in the 9th. And I'm going to take Read the Proposal to wrap up the 10th race today.
Yeah, I'm going to take the 1 in the daily double, but I'm going to take the 1 in the 10th as well, pure edition, for my late daily double.
Good luck. We'll see everybody back in the finale.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, there is no late daily double today. That's a correction. There is no late daily double in race number 9. Horses are on the track for post parade, race number 9. Number 1, Hurry Home, owned by Daryl and Sherry Mason, trained by Sherry Mason. Daryl Mason's in the bike. Number 2 is Buck Rogers, owned by Trevor Williams, trained by Trevor Williams. Glenn LeDrew teams up and is late to post parade. Number 3 is The Little Beast, owned by Arthur Ray, trained by Arthur Ray. Dean Ray in the bike. Number 4 is Rusty's Flyin', owned by David Watson and Chris Bronson, trained by Corey Manning, driven today by Corey Manning. And number 5, A Cowboy's Dream, owned by Tyler Bowden, trained by Jacqueline Grundy. Tyler Grundy's in the bike. 5 will go to post in 3 minutes. And now here comes number 2, Buck Rogers. Less than 1 minute to post time, less than 1 minute to race number 9. The horses are called to the starting gate for race number 9. Number 1, Hurry Home with Daryl Mason. Number 2, Buck Rogers, Glenn LeDrew. Number 3, The Little Beast with Dean Ray. Number 4, Rusty's Flying, Corey Manning in the bike. And number 5, A Cowboy's Dream, Tyler Grundy. Non-winners of 4, Fillies and Mares 5, races lifetime. Here they come. And they're off and pacing. Hurry Home's got the inside track. Buck Rogers had a little trouble at the gate. No, there's a break there on Rusty's Flying. The Little Beast is in second. A Cowboy's Dream is third. Buck Rogers is fourth. And Rusty's Flying is the trailer. As they're going down the backstretch, Hurry Home with Daryl Mason setting that pace. The Little Beast right there in second. And A Cowboy's Dream is your top 3 as they're hitting the first quarter. 29-1. Hurry Home. The Little Beast racing second. Cowboy's Dream is right there in third. Trying to catch up back to the front of the pack is Buck Rogers. And Rusty's Flying is trailing. They're straightening out for the first time. It's all Hurry Home. The Little Beast still in second. Cowboy's Dream. Buck Rogers right there in fourth. (59-2). 30-1 second panel. Hurry Home leading the way. No movement yet as The Little Beast still right there in second. Cowboy's Dream is third. Buck Rogers in fourth. Hurry Home separating from the rest of the pack. Cowboy's Dream's now out 2 wide, challenging for second. The Little Beast is now on the inside third. Buck Rogers is here in fourth. 28-1. Hurry Home, 7-length lead. On the outside, A Cowboy's Dream on the inside. The Little Beast. Here comes Buck Rogers out 3 wide. Looks like Hurry Home has this one in hand. Big battle for second behind him. Hurry Home on the far outside. Buck Rogers takes over second. With all Hurry Home, Buck Rogers, A Cowboy's Dream. 59-1. One of the winner circles, your unofficial winner of today's 9th race, Hurry Home, 4-year-old bay mare. owned by Daryl and Sherry Mason, trained by Sherry Mason, and in the bike, Daryl. Go give a big round of applause for Daryl Mason and hurry home. Here are the times. They went over the first quarter in 29 and 1, over the half in 59 and 2, over the 3/4 in 128 and 1, finishing full mile 159 and 1. Rundown and payouts will be out shortly. Here's the rundown for race number 9. Number 1, Hurry Home, the winner. Number 2, Buck Rogers was second. Number 3, Dull Little Beast was fourth. Number 4, Rusty's Flying was fifth. And A Cowboy's Dream was third. From the top down, your program should read 1, 2, 4, 5, and 3. And here's your payouts. Number 1, Hurry Home, paid $310 to win, $210 to place, $210 to show. Number 2, Buck Rogers, paid $210 to place, $210 to show. And number 5, A Cowboy's Dream, paid $270 to show. The $2 exactor 1-2 paid $3.70. The $2 triactor 1-2-5 paid $8.30. In the upcoming 10th race, number 4, Flaming Blue Star, is scratched, and there is no show betting. Again, in the 10th race, in the open, number 4, Flaming Blue Star, is scratched, no show betting. The 4 other pacers will go to post in 10 minutes.
Well, that was quite the race. Hurry Home, 3 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that no slouch, that horse, and a pretty impressive mile. Anytime you go under 2 minutes on these fair tracks is pretty impressive. But again, Buck Rogers coming his last half in 58 again. Anyway, let's go right to the finale, race 10. We have a 4-horse field, but this is the race a lot of us have been waiting for. No easy race in here. I'm going to go read the proposal. You know, he's got second a part of that 3 wins in a second. No slouch. Gets into post position 4 with Flaming Blue Star scratched here. So my guess is he's going to leave here and try to get in front of Pure Edition and see what happens. But I think Read the Proposal to me is the best in here until proven otherwise. Sanga Savannah last week surprised the fast pace up front and just beat them in the last few strides and got the job done in 58-3 with back-to-back wins. And I got her for second best in here and could easily repeat off of last week. Pure Edition, I took her for third, but this horse, 2 wins in the second last 3, is the only mare in the field and does draw the inside. Daryl Thiessen aboard. Going to be tough with this Trevor Williams entry, the 5 and the 1, but I'm going to take the 5, 2, and 1 to end the day here, Trey.
Yeah. I actually like the 1, gets the inside post, and like you said, the only mare in this open. You know, when Daryl Thiessen on the bike, you never know what could happen. Yeah, like you said, you think Read the Proposal is going to leave, but maybe Daryl, has something to say about that and keeps the front end. For second, I like Sanga Savannah, the big, little bit of an upset last week in the open. Can't count it out. And for third, I'm going to go with Read the Proposal on the outside. But yeah, Baylor Out's no slouch either. Either of these 4 horses has a real good shot in this one.
Well, Baylor Out, hard to believe I didn't take him in my top 3 selections. I thought he was going to be the best horse here this year. And he hasn't embarrassed himself at all. He's been right there every single mile. Within a length or 2, he's right there. But again, taking another second look at Pure Edition, you got to like that last quarter in 28-3. So if she's anywhere close and comes back that last quarter, it's going to be a fun race. I can't wait to see this one.
Horses are on the track for race number 10, our finale today. Number 1, Pure Edition, owned by Arel Voden and Trevor Williams. trained by Trevor Williams, Daryl Thiessen in the bike. Number 2 is Sanga Savannah, owned by Jacqueline Grundy, trained by Jacqueline Grundy, Tyler Grundy in the bike. Number 3 is Baylor Out, owned, trained, and driven by Mark Fillion. Number 4 is Scratched. Number 5, Read the Proposal, owned by Adam Mace and Trevor Williams, trained by Trevor Williams, Glenn LeDrew in the bike. 3 geldings and 1 mare will go to post in the open in less than 2 minutes. The horses are gathering down the backstretch for the final race. Don't forget, mark your calendars. Red River X, August 27th to September 6th at the Red River X grounds in Winnipeg. Number 1, Pure Edition, Daryl Thiessen. Number 3, Sanga Savannah with Tyler Grundy. Number 3 is Baylor Out with Mark Fillion. Number 4 is Scratched. And number 5, Read the Proposal, Glenn LeDrew. 1 mare, 3 geldings up on the gate here in the open. Thank you for joining us. And they're off and pacing. Pure Edition, making it hard for Read the Proposal. Sliding in third is Sanga Savannah, and Baylor Out is your early trailer. Read the Proposal, charging to the front end. Pure Additions right there in second. Sanga Savannah is third. And Baylor Out's your trailer. The four of them in a nice row hitting the opening quarter. It's Read the Proposal. Doing it in 28 and 1. Pure Additions in second. Sanga Savannah is third. And Baylor Out is fourth as they're coming down the stretch for the first time. Read the Proposal, setting that pace here in the open. Pure Additions right there in second. Sanga Savannah still third. Baylor Out can see them all, but don't count them out as they're coming to the half mark. Read the Proposal. Read the Proposal did it in 58 and 1, 32nd, second panel. No movement yet in the four-horse field. Pure Addition is right there in second. Read the Proposal still leading the way. Sanga Savannah is in third. Baylor Out looking to be making a move down the backstretch. Read the Proposal hasn't had to work much yet, but Pure Addition and Baylor Out making a charge at the three-quarter mark. 129 and 1. Read the Proposal. Baylor Out's out too wide. Sanga Savannah's now your trailer. Pure Addition's got the inside second. Down the stretch they come here in the finale, race 10. Read the Proposal. Pure Addition on the inside. Here comes Pure Addition. Out wide, Sanga Savannah. Pure Addition. Sanga Savannah. Read the Proposal. Oh, 1 and 1. Coming to the winner's circles, your unofficial winner of today's 10th and final race, Pure Addition. 5-year-old bay mare by Riverboat King and China Art. Owned by Arel Voden and Trevor Williams. Trained by Trevor Williams. Daryl Thiessen picking it up, the win. Sounds like it's his 100th win. Let's give a big extra round of applause for Daryl picking it up here in Miami Fair. There we go, Pure Addition with Daryl Thiessen. For your quarter times. The opening quarter in 28 and 1. Over the half in 58 and 1. Three quarters 129 and 1. Finish full mile in 201 and 1. Payouts and rundown up shortly. Here's the rundown for race number 10. Number 1, Pure Edition, your winner. Number 2, Senga Savannah was second. Number 3, Baylor Out was fourth. Number 4 was scratched. And number 5, Read the Proposal was third. From the top down, your program should read 1, 2, 4, scratch, 3. And your payouts, number 1, Pure Edition, paid $580 to place and $210 to show. Sorry, $580 to win, $210 to place, no show wagering. Number 2, Senga Savannah, paid $210 to place, no show wagering. The $2 exactor 1-2 pays $95.80. The $2 triactor 1-2-5 pays $96.60. Thank you for joining us here at Miami Fair. First day allowing fans back on the track, and to everyone watching us live stream on our website, YouTube, or HPIBet.com. Make sure to join us here next week, July 31st. We'll have Golden Boy and Silk Lace, Legs 2, and the Kindergarten Stakes, 3 p.m. Central.